Okay, so I want to do a part two to the if you call 911 by accident and tell the operator that you didn't mean to dial it, will they still send someone out? And so now I had an experience with this putting in a zip code, which I was under a very, very stressful situation. And so the thing with that is, I know people might be wondering, well, why in the world did you put a zip code in? This is what happened, is that I was laying down, I was trying to take a nap. I was having a hard time sleeping at that time anyway, as it was. I was actually having a hard time sleeping at night for some reason. And I don't know why, but my husband was on the other side of me. I was in the bed, and so I don't know what was going on that I was having a hard time sleeping. And so the only thing I could think is that it was the stress that I was under. And plus, there at this particular afternoon, I just laid down for a nap. But there was some airplanes flying over, and they were doing their basic exercises and things like that. I had put something on Facebook about the military airplanes, and I thought it was cool. They come flying, and I'd made some analogies of a place that I used to live as a military spouse, and that the airplanes flew over our house all the time, and I felt the vibrations from them flying over, and they just shook the whole ground. And it was at a time, when they would set off all the car alarms and everything, and it was kind of funny. But, I mean... everybody had that kind of car alarm. But anyway, this particular afternoon, things were a little bit different. And just out of the blue, I remember I was laying still. I think I was like halfway awake, halfway asleep. And so, I heard the airplanes fly over. And then I'd just sit there and I'd listen. And then I'd try to hear how far away they went, in the sky, or how long it was before the sound went away and things like that. I was just kind of having fun with myself, listening to things at times. But, this afternoon I was trying to go to sleep. Really, that's what I was trying to do. And so I don't know what happened, but then I just heard something happen. I was like, I was getting these vibrations in my head, like a big, big buzzing. I think it was from spinal damage and stress, possibly. But this buzzing, it was just like my head. It was like I was being shocked inside of my head. And so I woke up and I put the zip code into the phone, and there was no reason for it. I had no reason to call 911. This zip code had 911 in the zip code. And that was the only reason that I put the zip. I had no reason to put a zip code into the phone.